Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is your favorite bearded man, the one, the only, Bobbbaaaay. Last week I tweeted out, what topics or questions should I cover via vlog or podcast? Hit me. And one of the responses that I got was from my good old friend, James Berkeley. He was a friend of mine that I had met on tour back in 2016 with Dylan Reese. He was the photographer for the tour, and then he ended up being my good old content homie when I was living in Boston for a year. This guy was great. He was a hustler. He wanted to. He was always down to shoot. He shot a lot of content for me. He ended up being on the podcast for episode 12, and he's a great photographer. He's very passionate about it, and he had tweeted me. And James, I hope you don't mind me sharing your name, but maybe you'll get some followers from this. You guys should check him out on Instagram at James Berkeley. I'll have it all tagged up, but the topic he wanted me to cover was, this is what he said. He said, anxiety/depression, how to help overcome them and find the energy to break out of the norm and pursue your passion. It's an iffy topic, I know. Might not make sense, but I feel like a lot of people don't pursue what they actually want to do because of the anxiety it gives them or the depression that they face every day. So I'm going to start off by saying I don't have all the answers, ladies and gentlemen. So any time I get questions like this or you hear me talk, know that this is just coming from my point of view, and I'm not telling you what I have to say is right, but I'm just going to give you my perspective and hope that it helps. Let's break this down into two parts. The anxiety. James says because a lot of people don't pursue what they actually want to do because of the anxiety it gives them. And I totally get that. There is a lot of anxiety with the what ifs, right? I think that's where it stems from, is the what if this doesn't work out? What if I'm chasing the wrong thing? What if I fall and fail? And what if this just doesn't go the way that I think it's going to go? And I think one of the best things that I've ever brought into my life was meditation. And I know it still sounds so guru to people, and maybe some people actually listen and use Headspace or any of the apps out there. But one of the best things that I learned from meditating was to be present, to be just worried about the present moment, not to think about the future, the past, and just think about what am I doing today to better myself, right? So let's use James as an example. He's a photographer. He's really good with his photos, and maybe he's getting anxiety overthinking it, comparing himself to other photographers, looking on Instagram and comparing himself to the guys that have 500,000 followers, or maybe the guys that run YouTube channels, or maybe the guys that do a little bit of both video and photography. There's a lot of anxiety when you soak in so much social media. And that's been another thing that's helped me a lot, is actually cutting back the amount of social media that I pay attention to. I've been talking about it a lot recently. It's like you got to look at social media almost as like consuming food, right? If you put good food into your system, you're going to be healthy. You're going to be real fit like B.O.B., big muscles, not actually, but you're going to feel better about yourself. And I think that's where I get a lot of my energy, and allows me to go throughout the days, because I feed myself the right food, and it gives me fuel to stay energized throughout the entire day. And it's the same thing with social media. If you're feeding yourself stuff that maybe paying attention to the people that inspire you the most, paying attention to them too much could actually hurt you, because you're comparing yourself. You're seeing the results that they're getting. You're seeing the 50,000 likes on a picture that they're getting, when in reality, the only thing you need to worry about is the person that you see in the mirror, and that's you, James, or whoever's listening, and whatever that passion is. I know if it was easy to chase your dreams, to chase the passion, don't you think everybody else would do it? It's like, that's the hardest part. Even somebody like myself, right? I put out a lot of content, this high energy, go, 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 go. Once in a while, I do get anxiety, and I overthink it. I think about, am I doing the right things, or do I have it all figured out? And I don't have it all figured out. It's all a work in progress. It's all just these baby steps. So to battle the anxiety thing, I think you need to stop looking around what everyone else is doing and just solely focus on what you need to do today. What can you do today that's going to put you in a better position than you were? Excuse me, let me say that. Go back. What can you do today that will put you in a better position than you were yesterday? And you keep doing that over and over and over. And yes, the anxiety comes when you think about how much work has to happen in order to become great at whatever that thing is. But life's a long game. We got to like take a step back and just breathe. And this is where the meditation comes in. We just need to just chill, right? Like that happens to me a lot where I just want it so bad that I just want it to happen now. And it's not gonna happen overnight, right? Like there's always gonna be that diamond in the rough story where somebody just blows up from one picture, one song, one podcast, one YouTube video, one selfie. Look at the selfie kid, right? Like literally overnight success. But for the most of us, for the 99% of us, that's not gonna happen. So the best thing that we can do to fight that anxiety is to just worry about the present moment. What can we do today? And how is that gonna benefit us for tomorrow? Do it. Then tomorrow comes, do the same thing. Just focus on the 24 hours ahead of you and just keep doing it over and over and over. And don't compare yourself to what everyone else is doing. Don't worry about other people's successes or setbacks. All you have to worry about is what do you need to do to better yourself and how are you going to execute it? And don't worry about the money that you have. Don't worry about anything else in this world. Just focus on what you do have and how are you going to utilize those resources, because look at some of the most successful people in the world and they come from nothing. They started at zero and they still somehow come out on top. And it's that consistency of over a long period of time of doing it over and over and over. And it comes down to how bad do you want it? What are you willing to do? Are you willing to do this Monday through Sunday? Or are you willing to do it Monday through Friday? The more time and effort you put into it, the faster that's going to happen. So I think that's how you deal with the anxiety. It's taking a step back, breathing, just focusing on 24 hours at a time, relax. Like our biggest problems are nothing compared to what else is going on in this world. Maybe go on New York Times and look at world news and just see what other people are dealing with. And it'll put life into perspective and you'll realize, you know what? I probably shouldn't be that mad about this issue, whatever we might be coming across, whatever's giving us that anxiety. And if it's still bothering us, just close your eyes for 5 seconds a day. Breathe, focus on your breathing, open your eyes up, get back to work. And anytime throughout the day that happens and you start feeling that anxiety again, close your eyes and just literally breathe and just listen to yourself breathing. And I swear to God, that stuff helps. The second part he asked about is depression. Depression that they face every day. Depression is a tough thing to talk about because I think depression is different for a lot of depression is different for everybody, and there's different. I think there's different forms of depression, but it kind of goes back to what I was just saying towards the end of answering the anxiety aspect. It's like you gotta look around at man. It is so easy to say, but you have to look around and be grateful for what you do have. And are you healthy? Are you breathing? Like I'm great. I do it too. We take for granted the little things in this life that some people might not be able to do. So there are people, and if you got up this morning and you walked to the bathroom, know that there is somebody in this world that can't just walk to the bathroom. Like they need help. They might need a wheelchair. They might need somebody to carry them. Like I think life is just all about perspective. And I think there are going to be times in our lives that we're going to have maybe depression or something that's going to, put us down low. Like there's no way we can just fly at 30,000 feet the entire time and not hit a little turbulence. There's always going to be times when we hit a little bit of turbulence. It's just about how fast so we bring it back up. So you're going to hit lows and you're going to have tough times, and the road is not going to be perfect. It's not going to be. But to beat the depression, I think it's just feeding yourself the positivity. I just had a vlog podcast come out. But by the time this comes out, it'll be last week. It's called Positivity is the Only Option. We don't have time to dwell on the past. We don't have time to worry about that person who screwed us over. We don't have time to worry why that relationship didn't work out. All we have is time for positivity and feeding that into our brain and pushing it out and putting out more good energy into the world. With depression, it's not easy. I know we all go through different paths in life, and I can't say that it's going to happen tomorrow and you're just going to be happy. But once again, I think that is just something that you can work on every single day, and you just have to find things that help you. What helps me with depression? Or what helps me when I'm feeling low? I listen to podcasts like Gary Vee or Lewis Howes' School of Greatness or Drama, Short Story Long. I feed my brain positive conversations, positive people. I listen to music that's uplifting, that's upbeat, that's getting me going. I make sure that I work out every single day. Most of the time it's the first thing I do every day because it sets the bar for the day. It wakes me up, it gives me energy, it makes me feel good. It's never fun walking into the gym, but it's a great feeling walking out. I make sure that I feed myself good foods, high protein, veggies, greens, high protein yogurts, almonds. I make sure to feed myself the right things. I make sure to communicate with people that positively impact my life. I just make sure that every interaction I have with people is something positive and that's helping me. And if it doesn't help me move forward, and it goes back to the social media, I don't follow people or things or pages that aren't positively impacting my life or helping me. So I think to slowly beat the depression, which is not going to happen overnight, is you just have to find ways every single day to feed yourself positivity. I'm telling you, listening to, I've done a lot of different things. First thing in the morning, taking out a journal and writing down 3 things that you're most grateful for every single day. Like write a gratitude journal of what you're most grateful for and do it at night. It's like when you wake up in the beginning of the day, writing it out sets you for the day because you're like, you know what? I'm thankful for my family. I'm thankful that I was able to sleep in my own bed today. I'm thankful that I get to go and work today and make money. And then at the end of the day, you write 3 more things you're most grateful for. So you go to sleep thinking about these positive things. You're reinforcing that positive mindset, and you get up and you sleep and you think about it, and you wake up. When you write it again, you think about it all day. You kind of just have to find your rhythm and find what works for you, and know that that's another marathon. That's not something that's just going to happen overnight. You're going to continue to work at it, but you need to know that it's like anything else in life. You control it. You control it. It's perspective. That's what depression, I think, once again, I don't have all the answers, but I think beating depression is perspective. Looking around at what you have and being thankful for it, then looking around and saying, why don't I have these things? So be grateful for what you have instead of worrying about what other people have, and you slowly will get out of that depression. And like I said, just positive music, positive podcasts, positive conversations with people, maybe reading books that are self-help, and they teach you how to become a positive thinker, and just start to look at every negative situation that comes across in your life and just find the positive things. And slowly you'll come out of that depression. So to answer James' question, I hope this is going to help somebody. Anxiety, just take it one step at a time, 24 hours at a time. Know that all these goals that we have in our lives, that's the best part. That's what's getting us out of bed every morning. That's what's giving us something to work towards. Like, that's the dream, I think. If you're waking up every day with a passion, that you're literally living the dream. And it's easy to get caught up in the day-to-day grind, but sometimes you got to take a step back, look around at the people. If you're listening to this on the train right now, if you're listening to this at work right now, if you're listening to this wherever you might be, look around at the people around you right now and know that maybe there's one person that doesn't have a passion, that hasn't figured it out, and that it's just kind of floating around. But you might be that one person in the room right now that has that passion, that has a vision for something they want, and that's the dream. So to bring down the anxiety, just be thankful for that. Know that it's going to be a long game, but you're gonna make these baby steps every single day, and you're gonna continually improve with time. You're not gonna be the best at first, but with time you're gonna become great. And the second part, to defeat the depression, once again, a long play game. You're going to feed yourself positive things. You're going to listen to positive podcasts. You're going to listen to positive music. You're going to have good conversations with good people. And you're going to make sure that anything you consume on the internet is positively helping you. And if it's not, you move on. And if somebody is giving you bad energy, you be the bigger person and you walk away. If somebody sends you a really nasty text message, you don't respond. You don't retaliate. You keep moving forward because you are the bigger person and you don't have time for it. All you have time for is the positive things. Keep moving forward and things are going to fall into place. You need to believe it. I need to believe it. We need to believe it as a team. If we can visually see it happen, it will come true in our lives. It just takes time. I promise you that. Look at anybody out there that's doing it right now that you're inspired by, and know that they started in the same spot you are in right now. They probably started somewhere very similar. And the only difference, they stayed consistent, they believed in themselves, and know that you can become the greatest person that you think you can possibly become. You just need to do it. So I hope this helps you guys. I hope this helps somebody. I really like answering these questions. If you have a specific question and you're watching this on YouTube, drop a comment below, a topic you'd like me to cover. If you're listening to this on iTunes, Spotify, or whatever, you could either DM me on Instagram at Bobbbaaaay, that's B-O, 3 B's, 4 A's, and a Y. You can hit me up on the Purpose in the Youth page at Purpose in the Youth. And also, if you really enjoyed it, head over to the iTunes podcast app, leave a 1-sentence review. That always helps. So hope this helps you guys. And we got more content, more bearded content on the way. Appreciate you guys. Have a great day. See you later. B.O.B. Bobbbaaaay, your favorite bearded man. See ya.